Hello everyone, in this video we're continuing with percents. Now we're concentrating on percent application problems, meaning that more likely they're going to be word problems and we're going to have to comprehend, we're going to have to understand what they're asking you in order to get to the correct answer. One thing that I want you to remember is that we have to concentrate on our proportion, which is part of our whole percent over 100. If we follow that as step number one, our chances of getting the problems correct are going to be very high. So with that in mind, let's get to it. Problems one and two, they want you to determine if you're finding the part or the whole thing, meaning that they're not necessarily want you to solve it. They just want you to set it up and see what you're looking for. So again, even before I read question number one, I'm going to write down my proportion as step number one. Part over whole, percent over 100. Okay, it says that 64% of the soccer league is male. There are 120 who participate in the league. How many are male? Well, let's try to set it up first. So we have our step number one, and step number two will be to replace those variables for real numbers. Now the 100, it's always going to be there. It's never going to change. As percent, it's always based out of 100. Now, as you can see on top of the 100, it goes the percent. So we got to go to the question and see if there's a number with the percent sign, and we have it. It's 64. Now we have to see if that 120 represents the part or it represents the whole thing. Well, let's read the question again to make sense of it. 64% of the soccer league is male, meaning that not the entire league represents male. There are some female as well. So there are 120 who participate in the league. How many of those 120 are male? So that means that 120 is the whole league, and we are looking only for those that are male. We do not care about the females on these specific questions. So as you can see, we're looking for part of the league. We're only looking for the part that are male. So on this question, what are we looking for? Well, we're looking for the part. Number two, 6% of the company employees are over the age of 50. If there are 420 employees over 50, then how many total employees are there? Well, again, step number one, set up your proportion. Part over whole, percent over 100. Our step number two, it's always have the 100 in there. Again, on top of the 100, we must look for a number with the percent sign. 6% of the company employees are over the age of 50. So 6%. So the 6 is the percentage. Now, 6% of the company employees are over the age of 50. If there are 420 employees over 50, then how many total employees are there? Well, if we label the actual question at the very end, that says how many total employees are there, meaning we're looking for the total for the whole thing. So we are looking for the whole thing, and then the part, it's the one that it's given, which is 420. But on this one, we are looking for the whole thing. So A, or number one, I'm sorry, we're looking for the part. And number two, we're looking for the whole thing. Question number three says to match the word problem with the correct proportion. So we have the three possible answer choices. And the question says, Mark is reading a book. He has read 50 out of 420 pages. About what percent of the book has he read? Well, again, we can continue with the proportion as step number one. So we are going to do that. We write down part over whole, percent over 100. Again, the 100 is the only number that it's repeating again. And on top of the 100, again, we look for the percent sign. So let's look for a number that has a percent sign and we do not see it. Mark is reading a book. He has read 50 out of 420 pages. about what percent of the book has he read, about what percent. So there we go. That's what we're looking for. So we are looking for the percent, therefore they're not giving it to you. Now, it says that he has read 50 out of 420 pages. So 50 will be the part that he has read, and 420 is the total book, which he has not completed yet. So this is the correct proportion. And all we have to do is go back to the answer choices. As you can see, A does not match. It looks like the numbers are different. 420 is on top. We don't need it up there. Look at letter B, 50 down 420, equal sign, x over 100. C, 50 and 420 are flipped, so that wouldn't make sense. So the correct answer will be B. So make sure you follow the examples and use it on your assignments, please. Thank you.